Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks. I am your host, Tony G, and I'm coming at you live today. It's the 7th, of March 2025. Yeah, so I think it's supposed to snow tonight, but yeah, right now, the weather I'm showing here right now, it looks like it's like 36 degrees, so it's above freezing right now. Yep, I was going to do it for 9. I said, you know what? I thought that I had something previously to do, but yeah, so I said, I'm going to start it now, do the live and stuff. Topic today is going to be in regards to RIP for the Democratic Party. And do you guys think that the Democratic Party is done for? And we're going to go over and talk about some things in regards to it, but I would really love to hear you guys' feedback about the Democratic Party. What do you think in things in regards to the far leftist policies that they have been pushing onto the American voters? And not only that, it's that it just seemed to be far extreme, with all the woke stuff, to say the least. I can go straight down the list with a lot of their policies, which is very progressive, extremely progressive. And I never seen the Democrats. I mean, they've been known to do a lot of dirty things and things, with most of the uniparty, but I never seen it this bad. But I would love to hear you guys' feedback regards to is the Democratic Party, are they pretty much is it pretty much done? Do they have a party anymore? We're gonna talk about people to come into the room, and then I'm gonna ask you guys, you know, are the Democratic Party, are they done for? Is it a wrap? Is it RIP? I just want to hear from you guys before I bring up anything or mention anything else. So you guys tell me, you tell me what do you think and things. So just waiting on some of my people to come into the room and things, and and then we'll go over it. Give it about 5 minutes or so, and therefore, because I pretty much know what I'm going to say, but I would love to hear from you guys. Is the Democratic Party, is it finished in 2025? It started in 1828, and here we are here in 2025. I want to ask you, as the voters, if you are in America, especially, this pertain to you, if you are interested in this particular topic. And these type of conversations are typically for people that are older. Usually, when you start getting over 35, you start getting into politics. But I just want to hear from you guys first. Is the Democratic Party, is it RIP for the Democratic Party? Have the party ruined their own party? Have they destroyed their own party? We're going to talk about their policies once again. We're going to talk about this, but it look like I got someone here that just commented. As soon as I get to where I need to go, you know, we have MDLX that says, "Dog, this is a recording clip on some video." And then we have, let me see, he says it again. TF, is this? Then it says here, Anders says, live stream and drive. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, though, Ander. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. I said I got a little time to kill, but, I wanted to hear from you guys, Ander, MDLX. Do you guys think that the Democratic Party is finished? Are they Benito? Are they rest in peace? You know, did the Democrat elites destroy their own party? I'm talking about the progressives. Did they destroy their own party? You guys can let me know. Chime in on it. What do you think? I'm very interested to know. Some people may not be into politics. That's fine. But I'm basically just, I mean, I could put the polls up and do all that stuff, but no, I didn't want to do all that. I didn't want to do no polls and stuff. I could do the polls. I really could. Let me see here. MDLX says, by their actions, they seem to be dominant, but I do believe they'll come back. Okay. Well, elaborate on that, MDLX. How so? When you say that their actions seem to be dominant, what actions are you talking about? I mean, go over some of their policies. Tell me. I'm interested to know. I want to hear from you guys. Today is Friday, and I want to hear from you guys. Dominant in what? Give me a specific that we're talking about. Dominant in what? And while you're coming up with your thoughts, MDLX, I'm gonna read. You said not dominant, but you said that they'll come back. So okay, let's talk about that. You said that they'll come back. Come back on what? Is what I want to ask you. Like, what policies you think they're gonna make a turnaround? Right? No, I'm just gonna ask you this. Let's just cut to the chase without all the unpleasantries. Let's go straight into it. I'm asking you guys, and I'm gonna be asking the questions, right? Because I want to know. Because I thought I heard you read. Let me just go back and read it again. You said by their own actions, they seem to be dominant. That's true. But I was kind of wanting you to elaborate more when you say dominant, and that's why I asked you in what. Because I want you to be. I'm trying to get a little bit more information, right? And you said, but I do believe they'll come back. Remember, I asked you, I said, how are they going to come back? Remember? So I read what you said and I read it again. So I'm asking you, no, I'm asking you a question though. No, come on, man. Don't do this to me, man. I'm speaking straight English to you, man. Don't do this, man. Are we gonna really do this now? Now, are we gonna really do this? Dominant in what? What is the question, sir? God dang. We're going to do this already? Dominant in what? That's what I'm asking you. Nate B says, doormat. They're supposed to be doormat. Come on, man. Don't use the dog. Speak straight up English with me, bro. Come on now. Dog. Come on, man. Damn, man. If you can't read, man, please don't. Okay, I got it. Yeah, see, this is the problem with some of us brothers, though, man, already. See, that's why I'm asking him a question. He won't elaborate. So let me go ahead on and do this, though, man. Got to put you in the timeout for being dumb and stupid because I gave you an opportunity, man. We ain't got time for this stuff. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to get them on out of here. Just asking questions, right? I'm just asking questions though, too, I'm asking the question again. This ain't rocket science, right? Oops, I hit the wrong one. Whoops, hold on for a minute. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong person. Hold on for a minute. Let me do this here. Did I hit the right person? Oh yeah, I got him. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Right. Okay. Okay, try it faster for one day, bro. Yeah, see, that's the thing about it. This is the thing about it. You trolls, y'all come in and see, I'm not even upset about it, but it just lets me know where we are in America. And if I had it my way, I would take y'all non-productive ass people, and I would send a lot of y'all in these other countries to really understand what real pain and suffering really is. That's what I would really do. Because you act like come from a rough, you don't know what rough is. And for some of you in the so-called black community, I would love to take you over there in these third world countries and let you see what real pain and suffering really is. I would really like to do that. That'd be a program. That'd ice all this stuff. You just got it too good. Jail is too good from you guys. There's some prisons over there that'll make OGs and 4 block look like crap. Trust me. You wouldn't even last a day, let alone in a Mexican prison with rats and dirt floors and got to eat lower than crap. Really? So seriously, right? But you can come in here and troll me, and I'm cool with it because it doesn't bother me, right? I'm gonna get back on topic in a minute because your party, I can tell already, your party is gone. R.I.P. Rest in peace. That's what it is. You have no party. You have no leadership. No, don't do the. I'm just saying. You have no party. You have no leadership, right? This is exactly what it is. Since you have no party and have no leadership, that means you have no direction whatsoever. And I believe it is a wrap, though. It ain't. I believe that because they're doing it at their own hand. Every 5 minutes, they always coming out their mouth talking about Trump. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, though. And some of you never been to Africa. What you talking about? Some of you never been to Africa. You know, I know I've never been to Africa, and I don't plan to want to go to Africa. This is America. If Africa was so great, then why are all the Africans coming over here? They want to come over here, bro. They want to come over here. And Africans over there don't even rock with y'all over here. Let's go and keep it real. You think Africans rock with African Americans? They don't. Africans come over here for what? They're looking for a better life, and they seem to be doing well when they come over here because they understand where they're coming from. A lot of them is coming straight from dirt, and they appreciate America for real. But y'all homegrown ass Negroes, y'all don't give a damn about America until you go on somewhere worse. It is what it is, right? It really is. You know, it really is. So let's go ahead and go dive in a little bit further, right? Because they come over here and they come over in these other countries because they understand that America is the land of the free, home of the brave. This is where opportunity is. You could ask any nation across the world, they would rather be here in America. Because why? Because again, just like right now, you can even talk about the president without no recourse whatsoever. Can you do the same in some of these African nations or some of these European nations or some of these Asian and Indian nations? You cannot. You can't do it. You really can't do it. So this is what makes America great because we have a thing called the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, which I always encourage people to study and things like that because these are rights that are given, not the government give us privileges like a lot of other nations. See, the other nations got it backwards. The other nations are given privileges. Even in the UK, Germany, and all the rest of them, even Canada, they don't have what we have, ladies and gentlemen. We have the greatest thing in the world, though, that they don't have. You know, because what is it where government is giving out, excuse me, giving out privileges when the people, which we are the people, right? American people are the government. And we are the ones that we give the rights for all our citizens, right? And we have representatives in government to carry it out before all the corruption came in. So that's what we're going back to is the Constitution. This is what always worked in America, right? And this is what it is. But going back to the topic originally, as far as with the Dems, the Democrats right now, they're pretty much done for. And what's that? You know what? It's turned when Trump gave that speech the other day, like on March the 4th at 9 p.m. and how they had Al Green that showed his ass and been very disrespectful and so forth. This is what I'm talking about. And not only that, but it was some other things they did too. By not standing with the cancer survivor, right? With the little child. You know, they sat on their hands practically, but it cost them. See, when you are out of touch with the American citizens, and right now the Democrats are even worse because they have no credibility no more. You know, they don't have any credibility. They don't have anything to stand on. Their party is in shambles. They have no leadership. Because if you think that Hakeem Jeffries, Cory Booker, or Jasmine Hood, Rat Crockett, and all the rest of them. If you think that they can lead that party, I got a bridge to sell you though, because the people I'm naming, I can go down the list: Pocahontas, Elizabeth Pocahontas, Warren. It turned a lot of people off. People that were on the middle, like moderates, as well as used to be Democrats, man, they destroyed their party. They offended a lot of liberals and pushed them to vote for Trump. This is one of the main reasons as to why the party is in trouble right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it really is, though, you know? So I'm just telling you the facts as to what is going on. You're entitled to type and say whatever you want to say, but it doesn't mean necessarily it's the truth. You got to deal with the topic at hand. This ain't about anything else, but as I asked, do you think that the Democratic Party, because right now they're on their way out, whether you like it or not. And now that they offended more people after that speech that Trump gave, it's pretty much synonymous now in regards to this party. I don't see a future with the Democratic Party. I really don't. Stephen A. Smith went in and just roasted them on their own BS. You can't have a policy attacking Trump. You got to give the people something, right? And this is what the Democrats were not willing to do. They went on this tirade attacking Trump and missed the point. They were the ones that had the open borders, right? Open borders, right? This was something that the American people said no to. But what did their policy do? They had the open borders that allowed a lot of these illegals and criminals to come into our country. And these women, with these young girls and women would have been alive today, but because of the Democratic failed Joe Biden's policies, and this is one of the ones for starters, and we're going to walk this down. You know what I'm saying? We're going to walk this down, ladies and gentlemen. What else we're going to talk about? Well, this is what we're talking about here, right? We're talking about their failed policies. You can't constantly attack Trump. You can't always attack Trump. What the Democrats, if they would have been smart, they would have attacked the issues. But they knew that Trump was going to win. They've created all this. Well, he's a threat to democracy. Russia, Russia, Russia. Oh my gosh. You cannot do that. How in the hell can you have damn near 80 million people voting for Trump? Make that make sense, really. Because if that was true for what some of you guys are saying, if it was so true, y'all would have won. Kamala Harris would have won. She had no chance of winning at all. Everybody was confused. People went to the rally just to listen to her, trying to get a better understanding. They hid her out. She don't like talking in front of people, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But it was really sad. That was the best that they could do to represent their party. And she represented it all right. I mean, it was just real bad. I'm just bringing up stuff of events that have already passed. They are the ones responsible for doing this. You know what I'm saying? Brother Dwight walked it down, Brother Tone. Brother Dwight, how you doing, man? When you came in, Brother Dwight, they just scattered. They saw that I had a moderator. They just booked it right up on out of here. They hightailed it out of here. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. Look what this one guy had to say. A-Liv or whatever. He says, do you have evidence your voters have ever counted? See, this is the crap, Dwight, that they be talking about. They can't take the real facts and the real truth about their party. You know, with the DMs. They're done for. That's why I put that casket up there like that. And then he's going to ask me, do I have any evidence? We have the evidence because we have the polls, sir. The polls said that we had 77 million plus that voted for Trump. That's in record. I don't make this up. In fact, I could go and pull it up. And he could do the research as well, too. What do I have to lie about? His party, the Democrats had no way of winning under Harris. That's a fact. And that's why they want to push for no ID. They like the illegals in this country. They destroyed our economy. They did all this stuff in the name of talking about they standing up for democracy. When in fact, a lot of these Democrats are anti-American. They're anti-Constitution. They hate freedom of speech. They hate the Second Amendment. They are for open borders. And they like illegal criminals in the country. Look at all these illegal criminals that came over here. And they've been running havoc, reaping havoc. And then they build up these sanctuary cities. They're in the look at them right now. They're having the hearings right now with the mayors. Look at Benjamin Johnson and what's that chick? Something Wu. Look at her. Look at her. You know, it's really sad and pitiful. You know, that they're still, Dwight, they're still willing to double down on this nonsense. They really are. There's no way in the world we should have had a sanctuary city. You're not a sanctuary city. We are not accommodating. That's why I'm glad that all that aid has been blocked. We have taken care of business. We have won back the country. I gave them a chance, Brother Dwight. I gave them a chance to come in here and give their opinion about why I think that the Democratic Party is finished. RIP. Because, you know, the trolls, man, they don't have all this type of vitriol in person. They only go on the internet. A lot of them are just cowards. They don't even have that smoke for real in person. I wear my MAGA hat every day. I'm out here, right out here in the streets. I'm right out here, but they just internet bullies trying to. Nobody ain't trying to listen to that nonsense. You know, you that bothered and triggered because your party is a bunch of losers. You know what I'm saying? Yep, that's all they can do. Supreme leader. That's all you can do, alien. Y'all make phony names. You don't really have nothing, though. Y'all don't have anything. And you think you're bothering me, but you're not. No, I just clown you. Because you don't have nothing really positive or nothing, you know. Yep, and that's what I'm saying, though. So what the hell, what does it really matter to you? You just run that money on those tariffs, whatever country you in, you just pay those tariffs. That's what you better do. We are not going to be the doormat to Europe or any other country. America is back, and tell your government that they better pay up. You know what I'm saying? USSR has literally lost all aliens in 20 years. Oh, you ain't in Russia? If you're in Russia, my bad. Because, you know, like I said, I don't have no problems with people from Russia in that far eastern bloc. So I apologize to you. I just get a lot of trolls. But no, alien, what I'm saying is that, as you done already heard, that we are in a regime change. We have gotten rid of Biden, as you already know. We got his ass up on out of there, right? And then they're no longer going to be using Russia as an scapegoat every time to get more funding so they can keep a forever war going on. This is why we pulled out of Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? USSA. Now which country is that? Where are you at, alien? Where is that at exactly so I can be for sure? Where are you at exactly? Thanks for the like, too. I appreciate it, Brother Dwight. Yeah, you have to tell me what country that is exactly. Yep. But at any event, okay, I'm in European Union, bro. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear it. Yeah, you in the European Union? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear it. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear it, man. You know, I'm sorry to hear it. Yep. But at any event, yeah, talking about the Democrats and the Democrat policies. That's what we're talking about today. So you guys tell me, do y'all think that the Democratic Party is finished? Do you think that they can make a comeback or not? Because I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I don't see where they can make a comeback, though. I really don't. I don't see where they can make a comeback on this. And to really be honest, I'm not looking for them to make a comeback because I know their history, though. And, you know, everybody, I always said, the old saying goes, every dog has its day, right? So right now the Democrats have their day finally. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, look at it. And look at already, even in 4 years with the Joe Biden thing, we know Biden wasn't running nothing. So who was running the country? We can speculate who was running it, but whoever was running the country, look at the damage that they have done. And look at people that are not here anymore because of their failed policies on purpose. This is why I have always said, and I'm going to double down on this. I accuse not just the Democrats, but the Uniparty, which is the Rhino Republicans, right? These as well, outside of Trump administration and MAGA, outside of them, I accuse the Uniparty for being anti-American right off the bat. They hate the Constitution. They don't like freedom of speech, and they also hate the Second Amendment, meaning that we have the right to bear arms, right? They hate freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Straight like that. This is why we have been in a ever down spiral, right? Team Quick Attack or Quack Attack says facts. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the like too. Thank you so much. Dan the Corn Man says, by the Rhino Republicans, you're talking like Republicans who ain't Republicans like Pence and Romney. Absolutely. Because really, I use the Rhino thing, but really they're really liberals for sure. They're liberals underneath, but Republican name only. You could add Nikki Haley in there if you, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you know, and we done pretty much have ran the majority. Mitch McConnell, he even stepped down, right? We ran a lot of them out of. What about John McCain? He's another one. These are Rhino Republicans, right? The one. What about the Bushes, right? Jeb Bush and the Bushes. These are old school Republicans, right? Only by name, though. Rhino Republicans, only by name, but underneath they are very liberal. They have this. They see through the same lens as the Democratic Party. That's why it didn't make any sense. Remember back in 2000, I believe when well, it was actually 2003, one of those areas for some of y'all that have been around, where Bush Jr. was running for the second term, right? And they had John Kerry up there, right? John Kerry is a Democrat. And John Kerry and the Bush are first cousins. And they were up on the debate stage together, remember? And things like that. Now, we already know that Bush ended up winning it. But I'm just saying, though, with this uniparty stuff, it was just like WWE. It's just wrestling. It's theater. That's all it is. It's just theater. They pretend to hate each other with the uniparty outside of the MAGA party. There's a difference. And some of these people don't know the difference between MAGA Republicans and Rhino Republicans. There's a difference between the two. The MAGA Republicans, and then you had the Rhino Republicans. Those are two. Then you had the Democrats. Then you have the progressives. And the progressives, you have your regular liberals, then you have your progressives. Your progressives are the ones that have offended a lot of the liberals, a lot of moderate people. They are the ones that their policies are so far left. I mean, it offends a lot of people in this country, let alone. So when you pushing woke agenda stuff and all this other weird stuff like this, and they still doubling down. They want men in women's sports. They like to see the men beat the you know what out the women. And we don't want to see that. Women should be allowed to be in their own sport. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, that's the thing about it though, you know. But the left pushes this type of nonsense. They want transgender men to go into the women's bathrooms, right? This is another policy that the majority of the people, that the voters did not want. Women want to feel like women when they go use the public restrooms. You can't do that when you got a man in there or somebody. Know what I feel like on the inside, those are men going into a woman's bathroom. And that's why that policy, and Trump had to write an executive order against all this stuff, you know? So these are the things that are out of touch with the people. What else is out of touch with the people? Open borders. That ain't gonna work. You can't have open borders and stuff like this out of touch with the people. Right? Occupancy says deport MAGA to Russia, where they be more at home. We keep Mexicans; they are actually work. Let me ask you this, Occupancy: are you Mexican? Are you Mexican in America? Let me. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. But you made a bold statement there, so I'm gonna question that. No, okay, no, you're not Mexican. Are you American? Are you at least American? Cherokee. Are you one of those white $5 Indian Cherokees, or are you real Cherokee? Because I mean, my family bloodline is Cherokee. So are you one of those $5 Indians? There is a difference because the Cherokees I know is dark as me originally. In fact, how they gonna become dark and originally, and then they ass end up coming white? $5 ass Indians, right? I just want to know. I'm not accusing you of that. I'm just asking. Occupancy says citizen Americans, yes, mixed. Okay. All right. Well, let's get off of that. I got friends that's native. No big deal. All right. So let me ask you this though. Okay, got out of the sun. Yeah, out of the sun. They turned white. Shit. Ah, man, that's a whole topic, man. That's a whole topic, man. You know what I'm saying? That is a whole topic. And that'd be for another discussion, man. But at any event, so what is it about MAGA that you don't like? That's what I want to ask. Under Trump, tell me honestly about the policies. Which any of them that you don't like? I'll wait for your response. I'm just curious. I got a little time to kill before I have to get back out here on the road. Got to make a living. The the resemblance of Hitler and his I don't like his wall. Okay. All right. So let's go in and break it down, man. Let's go and walk this down a little bit. You called Trump Hitler. Give me a policy that remind you of Hitler with Trump. What policy Trump has that you refer to him as Hitler? Yeah, this is interesting. This is what I've been looking for. I've been looking for someone that, because like I said, I'm not looking for an echo chamber, but I want to, because you said that you equated him to Hitler, because I know what Hitler did. Hitler killed many of Jews and other not other other ethnic people, right? He put them in ovens and did horrific type of stuff. So give me something equivalent to what Adolf Hitler did in Germany. You can go right ahead when you're ready. Okay, Occupancy says no policies, just his personality. Okay, so with his personality hurt you. It make you feel uncomfortable. When you feel nervous and scared, where you have to seek asylum somewhere or something. I never been intimidated by a man with his personality. To be honest with you, Dan says the corn man. Also, when did Hitler try to shrink government? Exactly. And as you, as a native person, you should know. Your people. Well, I should say our people. Our people been very, very, very affected by government, right? In fact, I mean, look at it. You are in a direct, I'm talking about for the reservations and all the rest of this type of stuff. This also you were affected, right? We can go back to Custer, General Custer and all the rest of the stuff. We can go back now, but I'm not trying to take it that far back. Let's just deal with what at hand, though. You said Hitler, right? And then Dan the Corn Man made a point because under Trump, he's shrinking government. He's shrinking the overspending of abuse, mismanagement, misuse of funds, and so forth, as well as abuse. You got to admit that. Occupancy says, so will your future King Trump? No, and I'm just saying, you made a point about Trump being Hitler, and you said it was his personality. So, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that got much worse personalities or whatever. He's a stern man, and he wants, he wants satisfaction. Trump is not the type of person that's going to hold your hand. As a man, he wants you to man up and stand up, and that's what men should be. Well, since when men cared about what somebody say, that's usually more women. Women are more emotional. You can't come at women necessarily to say like you come at a man. We're supposed to be tougher. We're supposed to be able to take this stuff, right? True Patch. I think that's supposed to be a play on words with Tupac. No, still billions to free food to foreigners. Okay, free food to foreigners. No, we stopped all that. We're not doing that no more. America is not the doormat to the world anymore. Your own government has to find their own way, and they have to learn to be self-sufficient. It's not the Americans' policies anymore to pay out money to the world. We won't do it. No, they're not. Trump already stopped it. He stopped the U.S. AID fund. That's not going down anymore. He stopped it. Dan the Corn Man says nothing is free. It comes at someone's expense. This is true. Yeah, which is true. True Patch, says billions of Ukrainians and Russians. True Patch says Gaza. Gaza. Sorry. Zolcon 6 says, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. All right. True Patch says, whatever. I agree. Angelica Army says yes, because the New World Order is being defunded and dismantled at the moment. You are absolutely correct, Angelica. You are absolutely correct. Occupancy says, occupant, yeah. He says one thing, Trump done to resemble Hitler is ally with Russia. I mean, is that all? Is that all you have to say? Is that all you have to say though? Seriously, your gripe is because he reminds you of Hitler. That's it. You know what? I'm not even going to even give you that because that was already addressed on legacy media. You got that from maybe CNN or MSNBC or ABC. That wasn't a thought of your own. And this is what I'm talking about with propaganda. I went over propaganda before on one of my other lives and how dangerous it is, right? Strumboni says, here, you drop this. All right, got a little thing with a like a crown king or whatever like that. True Patch says troops sent is free mercenary. Is that what it is? Okay. Angelica says, occupancy, are you smoking crack? The Russians fought Hitler, and I was about to bring that up. Do some history lessons, or he may not, I don't know how old he is, though, too. That's a good question, though. But Angelica is right. Russia was one of our allies going way back to World War II. If it wouldn't have been for the Russians, they helped us free Germany, right? I mean, we really did. We toppled Hitler. So this is propaganda that you are doing, occupancy. You're preaching propaganda. This is something that's not of your own. This is coming from the news media, because Russia have always been under the military industrial complex. They need a face of our enemy, right? You create a boogeyman, and they created it with Russia, going way back to the Cold Wars, back in the 60s. They are doing this on purpose, because think about this about poor Ukraine. No, it's not poor Ukraine. They purposely want that war to go down so they can constantly and consistently keep getting funded. This is about funding. This is nothing more than about money. It's money at the expense of people dying. That's what it's about. Let me get caught up here. Let me see here. Occupancy says, not before they was his friend Angelica. Yeah, you're a little misguided. Angela says, Army says, communism is what the New World Order uses as a tool to try to overthrow our country. Occupancy, you have you have no clue. She's absolutely right. It's a propaganda machine because of the deep state. These are the people that want war. They want to keep pushing narratives. They use them. The Americans have been funding these regime changes in these other countries. If you ever were to watch Occupancy, if you ever were to watch Diary of an Economical Hitman, it would also tell you a little bit of the inner workings and what goes on to a lot of these foreign policies, especially American foreign policies, and how they take over, how they set up a coup and things. Zcon6 says, yo, bro, lost my dog yesterday. Dropped some knowledge to pass those hard times. Appreciate it. I appreciate you, Zocon6. I'm sorry about your dog, man. Yeah, it's never good to lose a good friend, especially an animal, man. Yeah. So yeah, an animal, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Angela Army says it's the left that is thick with communism and the New World Order. Your operatives, not the right. I can say, seriously? Yeah. Okay. True Patch says 987 billion wasted on foreigners. There's a lot of money going over there. It's true, a lot of money. Occupancy says news. Hell, I learned that in school 20 years ago. Angelique. Sorry, Angelique Army says Occupancy. You need to do some actual research. You are far off base and have no clue of what you speak of. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say though. And I can give out some sources for you, Occupancy, where you can actually check it out, because you know where all the real media is? It's not on legacy media. They actually have podcast shows. They have on these social media things. I got quite a few of them that I would recommend. In fact, there's one. His name is Brian Craig. Yeah, you can pull him up, and he gives straight to the point, real journalism, and tells you like it is. True Patch says military provides food, free housing. True Patch says detention centers for free housing, free food. Dan the Corn Man says True Patch who is paying for that? We are. True Patch says welfare billionaires. Yeah, he doesn't know Corn Dan the Corn Man. He really doesn't really understand. Are you? Let me ask you this, True Patch. Are you in America? Are you an American citizen? Zolcon 6 says, What are your thoughts on the war in Israel? Well, here it is, though. Trump finally came up with a solution that seems to work. To uproot the people, or actually move the people from the Gaza area and things like that. Build that area up, make it look nice, make it look beautiful, and then they can return along with anyone else that want to live over there. I think that's the best solution. I don't think it's going to get any better than that. And to be honest, that should have happened a long time ago. But it goes back to our point before, where we talked about they want these forever wars to go on. They want Israel and Palestine to fight forever, just like they want Russia and Ukraine to fight forever. They want China and America. They are pushing this. They want World War III. This is the plan. Guess what Trump said recently on the latest one that he did on his Oval Office meeting, right? He was saying how and he said this in his past administration when he said that he was wanting to push to remove the nuclear arms. And I never heard a president say that, right? And we need to come to some type of resolution where we shouldn't have to have nuclear arms in these nations. We should get rid of them. Angelique Army says the Russians lost 20 million to 27 mil Iron soldiers and civilians fighting the Nazi Germany. Yeah, they lost a lot of people. Akabi says, good. Okay, bye-bye Russians. Zolkon 6 says, okay, only after the Germans stabbed in their backs, laughing out loud. Yep. And then Occupancy says MAGA. You got the wrong flag there, don't you? Zolkon 6 says stab them. Occupancy says, Zolkon, what you said, please continue. Tupac says yes. So I'm kind of reading most of this. Angelica Arby says occupied, right? You are aware that there are many Nazi battalions in the Ukrainian army, right? Plenty of photos with them in their Nazi attire. Their grandfathers were Nazis in the World War II. She got a good point. So we got another history buff in here. Occupant. Okay, occupant. Here it is. Those people don't know history. I guess glad Zolkon does. I mean, but it's like she said, it's the brainwashing, man. It's the brainwashing. It's the brainwashing that's really going on. And I say that with most respect because, like I said, though, at one time we all were brainwashed, right? We were all conditioned to the news. Look at it. The legacy news media doesn't have credibility anymore. They have been busted for telling lies and coming up with their own narratives. That's not journalism. It's not journalism. So the left is completely controlled by the New World Order, which is true. Forces and brainwashing run deep. I suggest you become an independent researcher and stop buying into propaganda. She's right. Because I did a live about propaganda. You know where propaganda started? It was 1928 by a gentleman by the name of Eric Benet, right? Eric Benet is the nephew of Sigmund Freud out of Germany. And what he found in the book called Propaganda, and you can pull this book up. All you got to do is Google search it. You can buy the book. This is where, and this is what they have been using. They use propaganda for advertisement, right? This is how to get people to buy stuff, neuro-linguistic and all this other stuff. This is what they've been doing. A lot of stuff come out of Germany. Just like with those German scientists, you know in the history that a lot of those German scientists, they went over to the United States. Some went to Russia and some other places. But we have the most of them here in America, the German scientists. This is basically what it is, right? So they have been working on Americans for a long time. And with censorship and the control of our thought process, what we see when they say programming, when they say television programming, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about programming. You being programmed, you know? Television. Television. Think about it. Telling lies to your vision. Tell lie vision. Think about it, right? You know, in order to be able to overcome the mind control, you have, like Angelic Army says, you have to be willing to go outside of the standard norms of watching legacy news media, because a lot of stuff that you be talking about is actually just being repeated from the legacy news media. It's not a thought of your own. Yep. Tupac says, yeah, I'm talking about wasting buildings in foreign while nothing built in America. Well, yeah, that's what we're saying. That's why Trump stepped in, right? Trump was the one stepped in under the MAGA Republicans, making America great again. You know, think about it. We're never in the history that we have had people from the left that is willing to work with people on the right. Remember, Trump used to be a Democrat, right? He chose the Republican Party because he knows the history on the Republican Party. I'll say this, the Republican Party is the party of my ancestors as well. The Republican Party was originally since 1828. They were I'm talking about the Democrats right now, but the Republicans in 1854, they were created. The abolitionists as well as the Whigs got together, created the Republican Party. And it was to stop the spread of slavery out to the West. This is the history of the Republican Party. The Reconstruction period from from 1863 up to 1877. That whole Reconstruction period, there was a lot that was going on in that period of time, though. You know, they were able to hammer out a lot of things, and the stop of the slavery and so forth. It was one of the major ones. The freeing of the slaves, allowing what they were talking about birthright citizenship today. All that stuff came up under the Republican Party. The 13th, 14th, and the 15th Amendment for the blacks, all that was also created, was created by the Republicans, not the Democrats, right? Let's go ahead and talk about it, right? Exactly. So let me get caught up here a little bit. Zokar6 says, Angelica, the Nazis have already split Europe with Russians. You are trying to minimize the ally with Russia like it was like a small country, such as Poland or Sweden. Haha, you sound like a joke. Hold on, though, Zokar6. I'm got a little bit of lag here right now. I read what you were saying about this, though, because she was coming with some facts on some things, you know, and we were talking originally about Russia because they were allied to us, and that's what we're talking about. Remember, I made the whole point. Russia have never been the enemy to America, and I know for those history buffs know this. All she was saying is that propaganda, New World Order, deep state, with the propaganda machine, it made. Remember, well, we weren't around, but in the '60s, in the Cold War, communism. They ran that. They ran that. Everybody. It was like saying, who's a commie? Who's a commie? This was the talk back in the early '60s, in the Cold War. This is one of those things. Russia have always been try to put Russia against Americans. They were playing both sides, and they had to have a villain to America, you know. And this is exactly what it is. to push a forever war going on. It's a forever war. That's all it is, right? Now I know I gotta do some catching up. Let me see here. Uh, Angelica says, "Yep, Europe was not split until after World War II." Yes, you got a point. Okay, Angelic says, and I will bet that occupancy plus Zooms are leftists, totally brainwashed. Like I said, yep. I mean, are you guys? You guys seem like you're on the left side more so, which is fine. But what all I'm saying is simply this: you have to be willing to listen to other sources than what is being taught to you. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Zokan says, "Bruh, the Germans and Russians split Europe between themselves before the invasion examples of Poland." So let me ask you this though, Zokan 6. So what are you really getting at here? Because we can't keep going around and around with this type of stuff. What is your point ultimately? Let's get down to it. What is your gripe originally? I mean, what's going on here? What is your gripe? Are you saying that Russia is our enemy? Yes or no? Let's get down to it. Instead of going through all this, man. I want to just cut to it, man. What's the point? You see Russia as an enemy or do you see him as an ally? Which one is it? That's what I want to ask right now so we can go on and bury this. Occupancy says Trump allied with Russia like Hitler. He was speaking on my topic. Yeah, you guys are misinformed though, really, about this whole thing. Yeah, you're still missing the point. You're misinformed, and you're missing the point. You're missing the point about what I brought up about Russia. I said Russia has never been our enemy. That's all I was saying originally. I said that through propaganda, they have been made to look like an enemy to America. They've never been an enemy to America. Okay, Zokan says you Americans don't have conflict over land with the Russians. We don't. We don't have conflict. We never did. We never had any problems with Russia. You know, now that Russia Ukraine thing, that's a civil war thing that Russia has to and Ukraine have to figure out. That's why Trump said before it pulled us out of all that. We are not funding Ukraine anymore. Mind you, that came under Biden administration. Biden was the one that gave damn near all was it $380 billion to Ukraine, and then they can't find the money right now, but they still want people to go over there and bleed and die for Ukraine for a war that should have never started in the first place, just for funding for the deep state. Come on now, make it make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. We never. This is a propaganda war. We never signed on to this as Americans. They did this in the on their own under the Democrat and the Uniparty. They stood up for this. They wanted that to go down. We were never for this type of BS. All that money. Look at what happened over here in America. We were suffering under Bidenomics. All that money went to Ukraine. Zelensky, right? Look what ended up happening. It still got a nerve to come over here and ask for more money. If they want more money, then let the Europeans figure it out. The French is over there talking about sending troops over there. Y'all figure it out. Y'all want to do it? You want to fund him? You do it. I mean, that's why we pulling out of NATO too. It's a bunch of bull. We gave way more, paid way more for just this NATO, which is a whole bunch of crap. That was a bunch of garbage. under the Clinton administration. Bunch of bull. Angela Arby says the reason Russia is the villain is because they will not join America and Europeans' New World Order. That's true. Force, which also includes China. That's correct. I'm glad, Ed. Boy, Angelic, you are on it because I was about to bring this up because Russia does not have a central bank, neither does China, which makes them an enemy. This is where Angelic is really alluding to. This is why she brought this up. Think about it. Every nation in the world submits to the New World Order, which means that they have a private bank, international bankers. The only ones that do not have an international bank is Russia and China, as well as North Korea. Think about it. Those are the three. So you know what? Since they don't have an international bank, they are the enemy. They are the boogeyman. They are a threat to democracy. This is a war on terror. And this is done by design. That's what she's coming from and talking about. And you guys didn't even bring that up. But I know why you don't, because if you're watching propaganda news, you would never understand the real picture. If you also were to read a book called Operation Gladio, where it talks about the unholy alliance with the CIA, as well as Vatican, as well as the mafia. It's called Operation Gladio, and it talks about a lot of the stuff that we're talking about right now. I suggest that you get that book, get Propaganda, that's another book, and also get The International Banker, if you can find that one. It's called, it's by Henry Ford. It's called The International Banker. If you can find that book, but it explains of what we're talking about. I don't know if you know the history, but America have been infiltrated. We call these interlopers. We're talking about the central bank, which is the Federal Reserve. Since 1913, they've been established here in America. And this is, excuse me, this is one of the main reasons as to why we are in pretty much every war. The nations that have failed up under them, right? And they use America as their muscle, right? They use the UK as their financial institution, and they use Vatican as their spirituality. So you have those three triangle right there, and it says a whole lot as to what has been going on right now until recently. Because now that Trump got back and seized power, and he's been pulling us out of these so-called I believe we're going to be pulling out of the United Nations eventually, but NATO for sure, as well as the WHO, the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Act. We can keep naming them because as long as we are tied to the New World Order, we are constantly, the American taxpayers have been funding all this stuff. We are the largest donor to these false abuse and misuse of money organizations and many more. This is why nothing gets done, right? So I just had to bring that up, right? Let me see here. Excuse me. I would recommend if you are on X, Twitter X, you need to subscribe to Insurrection Barbie. She's another one. I'm a subscriber to Insurrection Barbie. There's a lot of other ones out there. MAGA Voice, that's another one. You can join up with them, and therefore you can get more of the news as to what is going on. Yep. So there it is. Let me see here. Zokan6 says, I just started the history when it comes to World War II. Yeah, but we got to speed it up. We got to move. I mean, I know we're talking about the history of the past, and I do that too. I'm a history buff myself. Occupancy says MAGA is Russia. Well, I'm not trying to change your mind, man. You are entitled to run with that. But A lot of us as Americans that voted for Trump, we don't think so. Joe Mama says, Iran. Yeah. Joe Mama in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Mama. Yep. Joe, what do you know? Okay. True Pat says crypto has no international bank. It doesn't. We know why. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's a decentralized platform though, which we are going to be going to one of the we're going to be going towards that as well. Trump already made the announcement. Occupancy says check out Operation Northwood. I'm familiar with it. Um, Angelica Arby says that was large money laundering operations by the Democrats, which is true. I was wondering how many of their bank accounts in the in the side shells, okay, islands are fat with US taxpayer dollars. Yeah, man, this stuff is so big. Elon have access to it. Trump has been running a transparency government, if you guys notice. If this guy was so much of a Hitler, there's no way in the world that Trump can run a transparency government. He showed you with Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. He showed you with that alone, saving taxpayers already billions of dollars already. I'm already 40 some odd days in the office and got so much done than any president that we know in our lifetime right now. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. In our lifetime, he had made monumental change, cleaning, draining the deep state. We're seeing the deep state out in front. We can name them by names now. There's no speculation, right? Trump has been more presidential than ever before. His speech was brilliant the other day. He had a 76 approval rating coming from the voters and stuff. So no matter, I mean, you could be disagreement of Trump, that's fine, but it ain't what the majority of the voters in this country are saying. And the problem is that, like I said before, with the Democrats, they never respect the democracy that they claim to be a part of. Because if they did, they would respect the voters. We gave Trump a mandate, and he's been carrying it out. And they've been against Trump ever since. They showed they behind there the meeting the other day. I appreciate the love and the likes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Occupancy said, this dude is far behind comments. It's all good though, man. I'll catch up eventually. I can just move forward. But like I said before, Occupancy, you can have your own entitled opinion, man. Seriously. But it ain't going to change a thing though, because the majority of the people have spoken, you know? Because really, we ain't got to keep going back and forth behind this type of stuff. We really don't. Dude, how about that? Let me see here. That should have to be reading every damn comment because you can see what I can see. How about that? Matter of fact, I'm not even going to read any more of the comments right now. It's more for you guys. I can see it. You guys can see it for what it really is. I'll read more of the important ones. I think that's fair. Ones that make sense of what I'm talking about in alignment, those are the ones I'm gonna read. Yeah, actually be better. Yep. So let me go ahead. Angelic said, let me see here. No, we are okay. We ain't Constitution says the Treasury will mint money. Okay, no, we ain't Constitution. Joe Mama says the Treasury will mint money. Yeah. I know we are going to the Constitution because if I'm correct at what Joe Mama is saying, once the central bank, which is the Federal Reserve and the IRS, once that is gone, then we can start going back to the Constitution where we can be able to mint the money. The U.S. Treasury are the ones allowed to mint money and things like that. So, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and read down. Let me see here. True Pat says crypto no bank equals crypto enemies. We're gonna have a bank. We got a bank. And then not only that, but we are going back on the gold standard as well too. Because gold. Let's talk about it. How did we get here? Well, we got here by why? But why? Because they hijacked our banking system, right? And they taking it over with a private bank. You know that the Federal Reserve is a private bank. Nobody knows the inner workings of the Federal Reserve. All they do is print money. That's why we didn't hear about Fort Knox until Trump brought it up, right? And many people would say there was no gold in Fort Knox because if we were to go back in history before 1971, when we were taken off of the gold standard, we actually had money. I mean, gold. We had a certain amount of gold in circulation. This is prohibit. It would stop or hedge the amount of inflation. We have astronomical inflation right now because there's no gold in circulation, which means that they could just print money, fractional spending, and all this other stuff. Fractional banking, sorry, is what they've been doing, and all they've been doing is just print money, money. Every time our government, when they run out of money, they have to go to the Federal Reserve. They print more money again, but they charge them interest to the American people. So it's a self-perpetuating house of cards. It was never meant to be this way. The founding fathers never stood for a private. They always spoke against it. It's in our Constitution originally about I mean, and this is what they should do. When Trump get rid of the 16th Amendment, he needs to put in the amendments and what should replace the 16th Amendment. And maybe he's already on this, but what should go in there is that we should never allow a private banking institution to be the leading force of printing money to Americans. And that's what the central bank, which is the Federal Reserve, been doing. This is why we're in this mess right now. We may not even owe all this money if they could show fault of fraud and criminal activity. When we really think about it. All right. So True Patch says Republicans destroyed the gold standard and things like that. Joe Mama says Trump Congress has passed law. Trump can only issue EOs and things. Let me see here. True Patch says, Joe, I know my point. No mention of border. Joe Mama says, Truck, a Democrat, confiscated it. True Patch started crying. Joe Mama says he has resumed the border wall construction. Occupancy says he avoided my 9/11 comment. Occupancy, you're gonna cry every time that I ignore something because of your thing, man. It's called life, man. You got to get over some things and stop being so sensitive about everything, man. Life is too short. You know what I'm saying? Life is too short. Remember, I already made the point earlier. I said I would read things that I feel of importance, not of what your importance. Remember, I said that now. True Pat says, so what, what? Okay, so what, Joe? Still no news laws? True Pat says, it's not crying, it's just laughing till cry. Um, Joe Mama says, Truck Congress passed laws. Yep. Occupancy says, live too short to listen to you, not even a good view. Well, Occupancy, you ain't even got to be here. I'm more of a Cherokee than you are, sir. So I got to pull rank on you a little bit because I get kind of tired of you guys and all this kind of crap anyway, you know. That's if you are Cherokee. Really don't matter to me at all, though, you know. I'm not the one living on a reservation. I'm out here getting it for real. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the government I don't need the government assistance and things like that. I'd rather get out here and make a way myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm my own man, you know. And like I said, you won't have to be here, sir. I can do you one favor or whatever, because I'm getting a little tired of you too, because you've been bitching and whining like a little bitch. you know. And when I get to this point, that means I'm getting tired of you. Now come again. Randall says, what the title to fit me as a champ like Tyson, a captain like Kirk, no employer of the month. Randall says, because I do work. Akmi says, LOL, sure, sure. Yeah, I don't. I'm just saying though. I really could care less, and I'm not. I mean, just don't make me none. Though you came in the room, I didn't invite you. You found it on your own. So obviously, you like the conversation of what we're having. True Pat says, I know, Joe. Notice no new laws, just bull. Randall says, just some old school Big Daddy Kane for you. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Big Daddy Kane, man. I really am. Baker, Indian Territory, Oklahoma. Well, I mean, I'm already saying you done already got paid. You done already, like I said, the Indian Treaty, you already got all that though, occupancy. So what is the problem? The government give you a certain amount of money every single month for you to stay on that area, that what they call Indian Territory, right? I mean, so what is the problem? Trump didn't come down there and say he was going to take it away. You got your Indian doctors, you got your whole Indian police over there and all that. What's the problem, occupancy? What's the problem? Just like you in your own world in America, right? Only thing you do is collect a check every month. Ain't that what you wanted? You got it, right? Well, you got it. I mean, I'm just saying. You can say what it is, but you already got it. You know, drinking, smoking, and all kind of shit. You got it, right? I'm out here getting it for real. I don't need the government. I'm out here getting it. Joe Mama says somebody has to write a bill, then it has to go through the committee and then go through a vote. All that does all that doesn't happen in a couple of months. That's true. Yeah, guy got money coming in from the government every single month. Got a whole Indian territory over there in Oklahoma and things like that, And then sitting over here talking about how Hitler and all this other crowd and stuff. Can't even make it sense. He act as if Trump is gonna go over there and take all the Indian rights away. You know? Shit. Can someone call it welfare? Shit. True Patch says, Joe, they talked through True Patch says, not a mention from Cuz. Joe Mama says, don't blame Trump for Congress work. Yeah, and that's another thing, though. I don't think that's going to stop happening, though, Joe, as you know. Trump is going to always be the scapegoat when it come down to it, though, Just like Occupancy said, he didn't like Trump because he said that his personality reminded him of Hitler. That was his only thing. No policy was about how he talked and what he looked like or whatever. But at the same time, I mean, you got people like that that's going to keep believing that. True Pat says only Congress passed laws. Joe Mama says cause is a senator. The bill has to start at the House of Representatives. That's true. The bill has to start at the House of Representatives first before it can move up the ranks to Senate. Before the bill becomes law, it has to go through committee. As we sit here and wait, land of immigrants have no rights to kick out good immigrants. What you talking about, good immigrants? When there's listen. Now I'm glad. Now we got something. Okay, since you want to go there, now, this is America now. You lost. Mexico lost. This is America now. There is a wall now. There is a whole different system of government now. So you have to abide it by the land of the law. This is not Indian law and Indian territory no more. This is America now, right? It is what it is, right? And we don't want illegal immigrants coming to America. And we've seen what happened. Open borders allowed all these criminals over here into the country. And this is why the country was going to hell. It was going to be just like Germany and the UK, right? It was about to fall. But one man stood up that we voted for him, you know? Exactly. Joe Mama says when they come to the right, okay, to the right of way, I have no problem with immigration. Yeah, when they come over here, the right path of citizenship. How hard is that? True Pat says, no, they didn't pass any new laws. Occupancy says, America is the land of many people, not just one. Who said that? We know this. What I'm saying is that you just can't come over here illegally. Sorry. You just can't come over here illegally. Zach Cousin says, voted for. Who did you vote for, Zach? True Patch says, the border law has not changed. The border law has not changed. Here it is. What we're saying is that you have to come through to the right path of citizenship. You just can't come over here, right? The remain in Mexico still exists, right? The problem is that when Biden, they were just passed through. Anybody can go through. They even had an app where they can sign up. They were signing everybody up and pushing them through, trying to get them to be citizens over here without being vetted, without finding out who's who and where they come from, and if they had any type of criminal past. I'm sorry, but that's not realistic. Occupancy says, land of the free, where all people created equal, and you sound like them CSA people in slavery days, no different race against people at all. Listen, Occupancy, man, now you're accusing something again, and I already told you before. You know what I'm saying? And we already went over this stuff before. You know, you are on Indian territory. You for already in Oklahoma, you get a subsidized every single month to your people in charge for you to get a check, right? That's what you have over there right now, right? That's what you're getting, right? So you act as if none of this is even going on. Now, for what I heard rumor about, I don't know if I think the last I heard the Cherokee Nation is broke. But if they are broke, then you got to take that up with the people in charge over there. Occupancy says, are we not the land where all men are created equal? We are that group here. We are that group. True Patch says, yes, we can read the international treaty. Well, and then Joe Mama says, Truck, what has to be changed with current laws, seeing how you seem to know so much about it? Akri says, no, Mexicans not equal. Truck says, in birthright. That's what we're in the process of doing now, because birthright citizenship only applies to who? It applies to the ex-slaves. Remember I said before, the 13th, 14th, and the 15th Amendment was created for the blacks. 13th Amendment, the abolishment of slavery. 14th Amendment, birthright citizenship. 15th Amendment, to be allowed to be a part of the voting process. But birthright citizenship should not be a law. It should not be. This is where the Democrats took this and misused this. They misinterpreted it by saying because you're born in America automatically make you a citizen. It does not. It does not make you a citizen. You have to have either naturalized citizenship or born here, naturally born here in America, right? Where you can have access to birthright citizenship if you are here already, right? But you don't automatically get it. So that's why they're gonna end up throwing it out. They're gonna end up throwing it out. It won't be no birthright citizenship. Like I said, Truck, what that's gonna end up happening is that it's gonna go to the Supreme Court and they're gonna rule it. Because as I said, originally it went to the blacks. That's what birthright citizenship was really designed for. Read your history. That's exactly what it is. All right, I'm getting enough of occupancy right here, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the timeout for 30 minutes. There we go. You know, he ain't really having any type of real content to things anyway, man. I get getting tired of dealing with that as well. So you got to worry about that for 30 minutes or so. Give him 30 minutes, then I impermanently get him out of there the next time. And that was by yours truly. So occupancy, if you can still hear though, toodaloo, see you, don't want to be you, you know, and and all that good jazz stuff, you know. Yep. Another one bite the dust. Dun dun. And another one bites the dust. Dun dun. I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. I'm gonna get you. Yep. One way or another. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, get you, get you, get you. Yep. So other than that, let's go back on topic. I do a little bit of comedy relief in between. You know, I always like doing that. You know, why did I do that? Yeah, why did I do that though? Because we weren't really getting along anyway, though. You know, he come on my live. You know, can't disrespect the man in his house now. You know, can't disrespect the man in his house. We're gonna be civilized. You know, that's what's gonna happen. We all be civilized. So yeah, so we got him out of there. You know, and yeah, so that's what we're gonna be, civilized. So as I was saying before, you know, because the original topic was about Democrats, and I asked the question: do we see? Uh, yep. Do we see? Yep. Yep. You know, you're not alone. You're in a room with good company. I'm just not going to take too much insults, because again, what are my house rules? I want everybody to respect the house rules when they come in here, right? Respect the host. Respect the people in the room. There'll be no disrespect or any type of slide count and all that kind of stuff. Got to have control of the house, you know? Got to have control of the house. I appreciate the likes and all that, the one. That's all I'm asking, because it's not fair to all the other viewers, the listeners, you know? I would rather talk. I like to be able to talk about other things than having this banner back and forth, because it gets nowhere. I only tied him out for 30 minutes. No problem, Angelica. Remember, you guys got the minor. You got the right to be able to do that, though. If you sound like somebody's getting too much of an annoyance, you know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But and I understand though. You kind of gave me the leeway to see what I wanted to do. I didn't give a call to action. Next time I will. I give the call to action. And things. That was my fault. I give the call to action next time on that one. But other than that, though, yeah, everybody been bringing some really great conversations to the table. But like I said, he's entitled to have his own opinion. That's why I kept telling him, yeah, I was closed. Okay. Oh yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but everybody's entitled to have their own opinion. I never wanted an echo chamber in the room in the first place. But I will ask the question, and I will challenge a little bit of, like I did earlier. There was another guy in here. I had to get him out of here because he didn't want to answer the question. When you make bold statements like that, you have to be prepared to explain it, especially if I ask, because the other guys say dominant. Other than that, though, yeah, it's been all good. hmm Yeah, it's been all good. Overall, I am enjoying the conversation. We have talked about some good stuff. Talked about Russia, talked about World War II and all that other type of stuff. But we pretty much know with the Democrats right now, as I said before, where that's going. Because do you guys really see the Democratic Party being around in 2028 the way that the route that they're going right now? Because they got a very, very low approval rating, let alone, I believe that I think Gavin Knucklehead Newscomb is going to actually run for 28. That's what I'm gathering. He got a podcast show too. So I believe he's going to be running. And then I don't know who else got their hat in their ticket in the hat, but I think that he's definitely going to be running and things. So if there's a party left by that time, you know, Truck says yes, they will plus a third. Okay. Now give me a reason why you think, Truck, that the Democratic Party is going to because really the party is on life support right now. Hopefully 4. Okay. So let's go ahead and walk this down a little bit. Because right now, I'm gonna say this and then we'll go from there. Let me ask you this question. When it comes down to the Democratic Party, does the Democratic Party, do they have an actual policy that really relates to the people? I think that's the question I would like to ask. Do we have a Democrat Party that really relates to the people? Because attacking Trump is not a policy. It's not a policy. And so far, I mean, it's amazing to me that they still went on this pursuit of attacking Trump instead of relating to the people, coming up with something relating to the people. So what do you think? Do they have, I mean, you know, what type of policies you think they can run on? Because and things, and then I'm gonna give you my reason as to why. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that do they have a policy, a real policy where they can run on, be able to run on? Truck says yes. They relate to the parasite classes according to Elon. Parasite classes according to Elon. Okay, which parasite classes are you referring to? I mean, I know what a parasite is, but we got to get to, you know, be a little bit more specific. Which ones are we talking to? Or talking about? Yep. Yeah, Angelic says, Army, that's because they are all with the New World Order, which is true. They really are. If he's referring to that parasitical elite class, if it's the one that I'm talking about, that he's talking about, then we're on the same page so far. But see, that's the thing about it. The elite class or the New World Order, as Angelic says, it got it. I mean, that, you know, see, the thing about it is, if you don't have the people supporting you, and Trump has the people supporting him, that's the difference. Trump has the people. The elite class or deep state, however you want to classify them, they don't have the support of the people. That's why they're losing so far. Until you have support of the people, you must have the people. The Democrats have been trying to convince the people, The View, CNN, all these other propaganda news rags, they've been trying to still convince the people that Trump is the problem. Trump is the modern day Hitler, right? He's a threat to democracy, right? They're still trying to convince the people that lie. We know otherwise. We know the truth. And we know that the truth, which is the opposite. Because if a man trying to shrink government, right, and transparency government, as I mentioned earlier, not only shrinking government, but transparency. Trump has always been, all the executive orders, he does that to show everybody, hey, This is what I'm signing on. This is the executive order in the Oval Office or wherever he's at. This is what I'm signing on. He's a plain in sight, right out in front. And he wrote a lot of executive orders, right? Got a lot of things done. Got men out of women's sports, right? A lot of stuff. Trump says, wow, billions to give to Gaza, Russia including. Billions to give to Gaza and Russia, etc. You talking about Ukraine? We never gave Russia any money. We never gave Russia any money. We never gave Israel any money and things like that. We never gave any type of money regards to that I'm aware of. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying though. Oh yeah, I got a passenger pickup, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, I wanted to carry on with this live and things. I don't. If I were to step away, I don't know if it would continue to go and things though. So what I'm gonna do a part 2 to this, you guys. If you guys are up, I'm gonna come back on as soon as I finish this ride though. I'm gonna got a 30-minute ride drop off, and I'm gonna do a part 2 to this because this is very interesting, right? The whole thing. But I appreciate you all, Joe Mama too. Not Joe Mama, but Joe Mama, and Angelic Army. Hopefully you'll come back on 30 minutes or so, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you and peace. And Brother Dwight too, if you're out there listening. Yep, you are very welcome. Yep, okay, you'll hang around. Okay, all right. What I'm gonna do is let me see if I can just do this here. All right, hold on for a minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a part 2 to this. I don't think if Trump, you're more welcome to return. And the other guy too, just had to put him in a quick timeout though. He'll come back. Okay, I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. Peace.